What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about Brandolini's law, otherwise known as the bullshit asymmetry principle, and it basically speaks on the emphasis and challenge of debunking false, misleading, or just disingenuous information. And it's an internet adage that came out in 2013 by Alberto Brandolini, and I wanted to tell a story on how this applied in real life and what really made it click for me. So I work in digital marketing, and we do SEO, paid ads, conversion rate optimization, all this good stuff. And we had a client who was 2 months in who was actually doing quite well, doing great. And he got an email from some random person, because we all know there's a million SEO experts out there. And the person who emailed him said, "Hey, A, B, C, D, E, F, G is wrong." And he came to us and was a bit defensive, rightfully so, because he's under the impression we're doing a disservice to him. And we look over the email that he had gotten, and 2 to 3 of the things, frankly, were not a big deal at all. It didn't matter, just easy things that you can kind of hook someone with. And then some of the other things, they were of importance later. But whenever I got on the phone with him, 2 months into the relationship, obviously we were just getting to know each other. I just asked him, have you ever heard of Brandolini's law? And he said no. And I basically explained this to him, the bullshit asymmetry principle. And he quickly was just like, "Oh, I see what you're saying." And I broke it down for him. Like in the SEO industry, there's tons of just scammers and people all over the world. In India, they'll just email you and say, "We'll get you on page 1 tomorrow." But we could just disprove all of that pretty quickly. And I just explained to him, why we're doing things the way we do. Long story short, that's a real life example of Brandolini's law, how someone can just claim something immediately and then put you in a hard place, where now you're having to go through all of this work and just this labor-intensive effort to prove that what they said is wrong. And you see this a lot of times in the news, or in politics. Someone can just be like, "Oh, so-and-so is racist." And then, it takes a substantial amount of time to just be like, "Well, no, I'm not." And then you'd even see it in politics, like so-and-so's policy is this, and now the amount of energy you have to put into disproving that, is just, it's a shit show. It's insane. So I hope that you can take this into your own life and apply Brandolini's law, so whenever someone makes a bold claim, you can understand like the amount of work that goes into it, and how you can just kind of mentally be prepared for things like this, which just happen quite a bit. And I want to give a shout out to American Hodl. He shared this with me in a clubhouse room, and it was really good. And to kind of wrap up, his kind of base case was, when someone claims that to you, instead of refuting them, the easiest thing you can do is claim the same thing about the opposite person. Kind of nullifies it if you think about it, versus being defensive and defending yourself, which frankly is the right thing to do, is to disprove that. It's actually easier to disarm the other person to claim they are doing the same thing, and it kind of creates this level of like neutrality. But appreciate American Hodl sharing that, and just putting me kind of down the rabbit hole of understanding Brandolini's law and how it applies to my day job. And I hope this is helpful to other people that work in sales, digital marketing, or any type of job where you experience this as well. So thanks.